Our warm greetings to you, sir. This video mainly talks about the review of the risk management plan and internal control program of our selected company, which is the Petron Corporation. But first, let me give you a quick background check of the aforementioned company. Petron Corporation is the largest oil refinery and marketing company in the Philippines and is a leading player in the Malaysian market. The corporation have a combined of refining capacity of nearly 270,000 barrels per day, producing a full range of premium fuels and petrochemicals to fuel the lives of millions of Filipinos and Malaysians. Leading through partnership and innovation, Petron Corporation power industries, drive economic growth, and fuel the future. Petron fuels strategic industries such as power generation, manufacturing, mining, and agribusiness. Petron are committed to expand and grow their business to ensure that they have a positive impact in markets where they are present. Now, let me present to you on the succeeding video clips on how Petron Corporation identifies and addresses the risk factors that may possibly affect its business operation. Moreover, it will also show the corporate policy on internal control and the internal audit charter of Petron Corporation. Several responsibilities will also be tackled on how to achieve the organization's stated goals and objectives. To finish, we are also going to present the internal audit plan, quality assurance, and the improvement program for Petron Corporation. We hope that our video presentation will be enough to give you a glimpse of who and what Petron Corporation is.
First of the major risk is the foreign exchange risk arises from the difference in the denomination of majority of revenues in the Philippine pesos against that for the bulk of cost in US dollars. In addition, the group's exposure to foreign exchange risk also arises from US dollar denominated sales and purchases principally of crude oil and petroleum products. The second risk is the substantial disruptions in the company's operation caused by accidents, process or machinery failure, human error, or adverse events outside of human control. The risk could also include delays in the implementation of the capital expansion activities. Third of the major risk is the profit margin and cash flow risk arising from fluctuations in the relative prices of input crude oil and output oil of petrochemical products. Changes in output and input prices, particularly when mismatched, may produce significant cash flow variability and may cause disruptions in the company's supply chain, as well as higher financing expenses. The last major risk is the regulatory risk, arising from changes in the national and local government policies and regulations that may result in substantial financial and other costs for the company either directly or indirectly.
Management of major risks. So, the first major risk Petron Corporation are facing is the foreign exchange risk. So, the company hedges its dollar-denominated liabilities using forwards, dollar-denominated assets and liabilities, and the resulting potential foreign exchange losses are recorded on a daily basis through an enterprise resource planning software that monitors financial transactions. They can bring forward or delay payments to limit the impact of adverse exchange rate movements or benefit from favorable ones. They could also make time payments and receipts to offset currency positions for currencies that tend to move together, such as yen and won. The second management of major risk is the risk of operational disruptions. The company maintains insurance whose coverage includes property, marine cargo, and third-party liability, as well as personal injury, accidental death and dismemberment, sabotage, and terrorism, machinery breakdown, and business interruption. Business disruption referred to sudden shocks to a company's operations that cause immediate but relative relatively limited damage. Disruptive events that halt production can have severe business consequences if not appropriately managed. They can use business interruption insurance that offers firms a financial mechanism for managing their exposure to disruption risk. They can also avail of operational measures to manage the risk. Preparing for the immediate impact of events such as floods and blackouts is standard work for any risk function. The third major risk is profit margin and cash flow risk. Margin hedging strategies are used in order to eliminate the risk of profit margin compression due to changes in crude and product prices. So, hedging is not used to make profits but rather to prevent or at least minimize possible losses. Margins are important in hedging because the positions on the exchange are balanced daily, which may result in margin calls when a position is out of balance and at the end of trading day. If the hedge is placed correctly, it will eventually earn back its investment upon the time of offset. Thus, until the moment of settling, the position can influence the demand for liquid funds. The fourth major risk is regulatory risk. The company maintains strong lines of communication with its various counterparties in government and in the public arena, in both local and national levels. In addition, this industry has a lot of government regulations to face, such as this. Companies within these industries must take extra precaution to ensure they are complying with all mandatory regulations when proceeding on a project. The risk of non-compliance can range from cost overruns, fines, prosecution, work stoppage, and physical security threats. They must also be cautious about where they are drilling and be well informed and aware of the laws that can have impact.
Petron Corporation is committed to establish and maintain a system of internal control for the efficient and effective management of the company's business operation, and improve the effectiveness of risk management, control, and governance processes. The primary objectives of internal control are to ensure reliability and integrity of financial and operational information, effectiveness and efficiency of operation, safeguarding of assets, compliance with policies, procedures, plans, contracts, laws, and regulations, and accomplishment of established objectives and operational goals or programs. The Internal Audit Department assists the company in accomplishing its goals and objectives by bringing a systematic and disciplined approach to evaluate and improve the adequacy and effectiveness of company's risk management, control, and governance processes, and it has strict accountability for confidentiality and safeguarding records and information.
As the responsibility of patron companies. The scope of internal auditing encompasses but not limited to the examination and evaluation of adequacy and effectiveness of the organization's governance, risk management, and internal controls, as well as the quality of the performance in carrying out assigned responsibilities to achieve the organization's stated goals and objectives, which includes first, evaluating reliability and integrity of information, evaluating the systems, policies, plans, procedure, laws, and regulations, evaluating the means of safeguarding assets of the company, evaluating programs or operations of the company, monitoring and evaluating the effectiveness of the organization's risk management and governance process, reporting significant risk exposures and control issues, and lastly, evaluating specific operations at the request of the board or management. Upon researching about the importance or the volume of responsibility in a company, I learned that one of the most major core values is the responsibility.
Petron Corporation, assisted by Internal Audit Department through accomplishing the adequacy and effectiveness of the internal control system, integrity of financial reporting, and security of physical and information assets. Through their internal audit process, which was written under the reports and plans, then submitted annually. It involved the audits of all the company's facilities, core processes, and operations. Internal Audit Department oversees the performance of internal controls of the company, such considering the effectiveness of the company's internal control system security, including information technology. As for the internal audit plan, the department comes up with the plan by the result of planning, activities, and prioritization of size denominators of the year. They use the risk-based methodology in constructing the audit plan, consisting brief descriptions of all audit engagements, which was truly effective in assessing the risk factors as well as management. It relies on systematic process for characterizing affected sites and the risk they pose. The internal audit head's report also include the significant risk exposures, control issues, given the fraud risk and governance issues. Quality Assurance and Improvement Program. Petron Corporation ensures the best performance of auditing and internal control system of the company. They have been implementing programs designed to directly promote the avoidance of operational disruptions through effective maintenance practices and inculcation of a culture of safety and continuous process improvement. In line with this, Petron Corporation's Quality Assurance and Improvement Program, its efficiency and effectiveness covers all aspects on internal audit, thus evaluation of audit activities, conformance with legal standards.